Welcome everyone. If you've ever felt like English is hard, if you've ever tried to speak but the words just didn't come out, if you understand English but can't express your thoughts, if you feel stuck, lost, or frustrated with slow progress, then stop everything and listen very carefully, because this video is not just another, it's not just some grammar class. This is the most important video you will ever watch for learning English. And if you truly listen till the end, it might change your life. You are about to learn how to train your brain for English. Yes, not just learn, but to reprogram your brain to think, react, speak, and feel in English naturally. Because here's the truth that no one told you. Fluency is not about how many words you know. It's about how your brain reacts in real time. It's not about your memory. It's about your mindset. It's not about perfection. That's about training your brain to become the kind of person who speaks English every day without fear, without hesitation, without translation. This video will teach you how step by step in the most powerful, clear, and motivational way possible. So, if you've ever dreamed of speaking English fluently, confidently, and freely, this is the beginning of that dream. Don't skip, don't pause, listen till the very end. And if you find this video even 1% helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because here we don't just teach English, we try. Let's begin. Step 1. Reset your English is not a subject, the root of the problem. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you're not fluent yet? Why do you feel nervous when speaking English? Why do you keep forgetting words even after memorizing them? Why do you translate everything in your head before speaking? It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not smart enough. The real reason is deeper. The real reason is this. Your brain still believes English is a school subject. Let that sink in. Since childhood you were taught English like mathematics or history. Rules, tests, marks, fear, pressure, perfection, memorization, silence. This trained your brain to see English as something to be studied, not something to be lived. And that belief has become your biggest enemy. Because when your brain thinks something is a subject, it becomes serious and scared. It focuses on correctness instead of communication. It waits for a teacher instead of training itself. It wants to memorize instead of experience. This is the prison you're stuck in. And if you don't destroy this belief, no amount of practice will make you fluent, because fluency doesn't live in books. It lives in your brain, your mouth, your daily life. Look at a child who grows up in an English-speaking country. They never study grammar rules. They never memorize vocabulary lists. They never take spoken English classes. And yet, by the age of 5, they speak English fluently, naturally, effortlessly. How? Because their brain never thought English was a subject. It thought English was life. They used it to express hunger, happiness, pain, excitement. They used it to cry, to laugh, to demand, to share. They used it without fear because it was part of their identity. That's the key. English is not something you learn. It's something you become. And to become it, you must reset your brain. So, how do you actually reset your mind? Stop saying I'm learning. Start saying I'm becoming an English speaker, because your words control your identity. When you say I'm learning, your brain stays in student mode. But when you say I'm becoming, your brain shifts into transformation mode. You are not a student anymore. You are a speaker in. Throw away the fear of mistakes. Fluent people make mistakes all the time and they still keep talking. Your brain needs to feel safe when speaking. If your mind thinks, what if I'm wrong? It will shut down. Tell your brain, I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be powerful. Mistakes don't block fluency. Silence does. Speak with courage. Speak with emotion. Speak with. Let the grammar fix itself over time. Right now, your goal is disconnect English from exams. Never say, I got 90 marks in English. Say I told my story in English today. Say I had a 5-minute conversation in English today. Marks don't matter. Communication does. Stop studying for exams. Start preparing for real life. Your goal is not a certificate. Your goal is to be able to order food in English, write a message in English, express your feelings in English, talk to strangers in English, and tell your story in English. That's real fluency. Make English part of your identity. Stop separating yourself from the language. Don't say, I'm trying to learn English. Start saying, English is part of me. Think of it like this. Do you learn your mother tongue every day? No, you live it. That's what you must do with English. You must feel, I'm the kind of person who speaks in English, who thinks in English, who grows in English. This is not just learning, this is becoming. Start speaking even if you're not ready. When you're afraid to speak because you think you're not ready, you're repeating the old pattern, the school subject pattern, the wait for to pattern, the don't talk until perfect pattern. Break it even if your English is broken. Speak even if your sentences are short. Speak even if you're scared. Speak. The brain doesn't grow when you wait. It grows when you act. Your brain will never learn English fluently if it still believes English is just another school subject. You have to rewire it. You have to rewire it. You have to reset it. You have to remove all fear, all pressure, all perfection, because fluency doesn't begin with grammar. It begins with a decision. From this moment on, English is not a subject I study. It is a language I speak. It is a part of who I am, and I will not stop until my brain accepts that truth. Step 2. Input first. Feed your brain like a baby. Before I explain this step, let me start with a simple truth. Every fluent English speaker in the world, every single one, learned English through input first. Not grammar, not writing, not memorizing rules, not repeating vocabulary lists. Every fluent human on this planet learned their first language by hearing it again and again, long before speaking. This is not an opinion. This is not a motivational line. This is nature's blueprint for fluency. And when you follow nature, your brain learns faster than any method on the planet. So let me take you deep into this truth. Imagine a newborn child. Does the child learn by studying? Does the child memorize vocabulary? Does the child repeat grammar rules? Does the child worry about mistakes? Does the child say, "I will speak when I am perfect"? No. That child simply lives inside the language. They sit in a room where everyone speaks. They listen to voices. They absorb sounds. They hear rhythm, tone, emotion. They understand the world long before they understand the words. Fluency is built by immersion, not memorization. You learned your first language this way. That's why you don't think before speaking that language. You just speak. Your brain absorbed thousands of hours of input before producing even one clear word. That's the secret. Fluency is the result of input. Output is the reward. But most English learners do the opposite. They try to speak without listening. They try to form sentences without hearing enough sentences. They try to think in English without feeding the brain English. It's like trying to build a house without. That's why step 2 exists. To give your brain the raw material it needs to build fluency. Let me break something very important. Input does not mean watch English videos all day. It does not mean listen to English music while scrolling your phone. It does not mean play movies in the background. Input means something deeper, something that rewires the brain at a primal level. Input means this. Your brain must hear English in a focused, intentional, emotional way, not passively, not carelessly. Your mind must process the sound. Your ears must catch the rhythm. Your heart must feel the tone. Your imagination must visualize the meaning. Input is not noise. Input is nourishment. Just like your body can't grow without food, your English cannot grow without meaningful sound. Most learners never become fluent because they refuse this step. They skip the natural process. They say things like, "I want to speak first. I want fast results. I don't have time for listening. I don't understand everything." But the truth is, you don't need to understand 100% to grow. You need exposure, not perfection.